Well, I did it. I really did it. Here it is, the first day of May, and I've talked about it enough in vlogs. I've certainly blogged about it enough, like ad nauseum. But back on January 1st, or thereabouts, I made a New Year's resolution that I was not going to do any cooking, or very little, and buy very few groceries, just what I needed, until I ate all the food in my freezer. Well, let me show you what my freezer looks like. So here is the reveal. Check it out. It's empty. This canister I'm going to be using in my ice cream maker. I have here just one little bit of homemade chorizo. Then down below there's a box of rabbit that I haven't figured out what to do with yet. I got a bag of pine nuts. The door is full of food because this is my minute meal portions here. So this is always full. But this used to be full. And there it is. It's empty now. Mission accomplished. So there it is. I did it. And I feel good about it too. And it's worth celebrating. So what I'm going to do, for a couple of reasons. One is because I fulfilled my New Year's resolution. My freezer now is empty, other than, as I said, the food on the door, because those are my minute meal portions. I did that, and I feel like I need something comforting, something to just, like, I don't want to say reward myself, but comfort myself, pity myself. I had a horrific dental appointment yesterday. They were trying to put the dentist was trying to put the permanent crown on my tooth, and it wasn't a proper fit. I don't know whether something went wrong when they took the impression, that mold that they take. He couldn't do it. And the tooth was hypersensitive. He gave me 4 shots of that anesthesia to try to numb the tooth. I know they don't actually numb the tooth. They block the nerve so that the tooth is screaming, ow, 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 ow. But the pain signals don't get to the brain because the nerve in the jaw is blocked. He couldn't block it. I don't know. 4 shots. I was so drugged up that when I was walking out a couple of times, I almost stumbled. And I'm thinking to myself, you got to look down. You got to watch your feet. Place your feet one in front of the other, because if you stumble too much, they're going to say, Dennis, we think you need to sit for an hour or two to sober up before you bicycle home. Gosh, it was awful. It was awful. And he ended up saying, this crown just isn't going to work. We're going to take new impressions. They did three impressions, and make sure we get the right crown. So I go back on Friday, and hopefully he can. I mean, they don't have to do all that much. They just have to cement the crown. But sometimes they have to adjust a little bit. Like he was trying to adjust the tooth itself just to make the crown fit a little bit better. And with a drill. And, oh, if he just touched it with the metal probe or the mirror, it was like, I wanted to scream, get me out of the chair, you know. I got through it. I endured it. I don't want to say I have a good tolerance for pain. I don't think I have any more tolerance than anybody else, but at least I can tell myself this isn't going to last for 3 hours. It's going to hurt for a few seconds, maybe a minute, and then it'll be over. And I managed to force my way through it. So anyways, the celebration. What I'm going to make today. My first cooking video, by the way, in like 3 months. I think the last video I did was the beef and bean chili, which I shot back in early January and put up on YouTube later in January. I'm going to make ice cream. I need something. I need something to soothe my frazzled nerves after yesterday. So what I did this morning, and I'll show you that. We'll go back and look at just some of the steps. And I'm going to get 2 videos out of this because I'm going to get this kitchen vlog, plus I'm going to get a cooking video for YouTube. I made the custard ice cream base. I called it a custard ice cream base because There are 4 egg yolks in it plus 1 whole egg. It's a rich, almost like a custard, with the milk and the cream and the sugar and the vanilla. So I made that this morning. That's sitting in the refrigerator. That has to cool down and get pretty cold. And then I'll set up my ice cream maker with that canister I showed you and then churn the ice cream. And it only takes about 15 to 20 minutes to churn up the ice cream. And then I'll transfer that back into a freezer-safe container and then let that freeze more in the freezer so that it firms up more. And then I'll do my final photography and then have some ice cream for myself this evening. So that's the plan. So into a medium-sized pan, I'm going to be putting 4 egg yolks and then 1 whole egg. And 2 cups of milk. In my case, I'm using half and half. And I'm going to whisk these together. Get those egg yolks broken up and mixed in. Then I have 1 cup of sugar. This is regular granulated sugar, and that's about 200 grams by weight. I've got a slightly larger pan on the stove with about 1 cup of water in there. Doesn't matter how much. And I'm going to nest this pan inside, and then stirring constantly, I'm going to start to heat this mixture up. All I want to do is just stir this, heat it until it starts to thicken. This started to thicken and it's been just exactly 10 minutes. And it's not going to leave a thick coating, but you see it does leave a coating there. So there is my custard. I've cooled this down quite a bit. It's not room temperature yet, but it's getting close. Okay, to this I'm going to add now 1.5 cups, which is about 350 milliliters of heavy cream. This carton holds 2 cups, but I pulled out 1/2 cup earlier. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I keep mine in a little dropper bottle, and I know each one of these is 1/4 teaspoon. So 8 of these. And there's the 8th one right there. Now I'm going to combine this. And that is going to be our ice cream base. Now what I want to do is I want to cool this down really well. I'm going to refrigerate this for a minimum of 3 hours. Maybe I'll go 4 hours. I'll check the temperature. So there it is. That's the preparation of the ice cream base that I'll be using later today. It's still got another 2 or 3 hours to chill in the refrigerator. So later on, I'll actually make the ice cream and I'll video that. I'm not going to show it here because the video would probably be too long. And then the plan is on Sunday, I'll upload the video to YouTube. I'll feature the recipe on my website, mobilehomegourmet.com. I'll put the URL down there for you. And if you go to the website, on the home page, there'll be an embedded link to the video. And then if you go to the actual recipe page, there'll be a green button that'll say view the video. And that'll actually take you right to YouTube, where you can watch the YouTube video there on how the ice cream is made. This video here is more about me being happy that I fulfilled my New Year's resolution. It should be a good week so far this week. I go back on Friday, to get this crown finally done. Plane going overhead. And Saturday morning, something fun. I'm going to be going on another one of those Pedigo electric bike group rides again. They're fun. I enjoy those. And there's a video that I want to do. Oh, I'm hoping I can do this. This is a teaser. There's down in Ventura, there is one street. It's paved, and then it turns into a concrete incline up the hill. It's the steepest hill that I know of. And I want to get a friend to go down there with me, with my Pedigo and my camera, all my gear, and then do some video showing how steep the hill is, like balance the camera, make sure the camera is level, but from the sidewalk show the buildings on the other side so you can see how steep the hill is. Maybe I'll bring my carpenter's level with me that has a digital readout so I can tell you the angle of elevation. And then I want him to run the camera, and I'll wear the microphone, and for most of the ride. I hopefully will stay in range, but I'll talk as I use my Pedigo to bike up this really steep hill. And then I'm thinking I might have to come back down again and I'm going to be using my disc brakes a lot. And I'm thinking I'll bring my heat sensor gun with me, and maybe we can get the temperature off of the discs when I get to the bottom of the hill to see how hot those discs are from trying to stop my bike as I come down the hill. The only thing I'm concerned about is, will I need a permit from the city to do that video? I've got to find that out, or maybe I'll just do it and hope for the best. So that's a plan. Anyways, this concludes my kitchen vlog for today. If you like what you're hearing or watching, please subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, please tell others about it. And thanks for listening.